with, they can't be having a car near them. It's slowing both cars down, so it's making it even more difficult.
Dave Burns. Guys, we got a wreck on the racetrack. The 39 goes around.
You're still good right here. Come on. Keep going forward. There you go.
We saw the 39 was sideways.
You just have to take your time going up through the pack as we see Ryan Sieg. I think that's Gallagher on the 23. The 39 just gets in the right rear quarter panel of the 23.
Did the 39 get the wall a little bit before, like with the right rear, and then move down and get into the 23 first? I thought I saw the 39 move a little bit in an odd way.
It's been a rough day for the 39. He had to go to the back of the pack because being late to the driver's meeting and now running in the back of the pack gets in an accident. Oh, you see the...
Yeah, the 42 of Tyler Reddick. It was the grass that did all the damage to the front end.
Yeah, you can see there's no damage to Ryan Sieg's car there.
Road, the 7 of Justin Allgaier got into his jackman, Kyle Suter. Here's Kyle, one of the first guys off of the wall and going out to help service that car. But Justin is out of position. He's gone too far. The crew claims another car got into him, got him a little bit squirrely. And look at the fall that Kyle takes. He got back up. They completed the stop. He was cleared by doctors, and he's ready to continue to...
With the 17, but how about the 20? On that first stop, got tagged from behind, goes into his box sideways.
But he's going to have a car handling well enough to take advantage of it. Dave.
See the 20 car. Oh, trouble, and Garrett Smithley's around, Rick.
Around goes the 0 of Garrett Smithley.
Roll deep the tires, guys.
Down to the access road. And the 4th caution has come out.
Well, brought out the caution right here.
Oh.
It definitely was the 90 of Mario Gosling.
Mario looked like he was trying to get in behind the 0 car, maybe stop the advance of that 78 of Tommy Joe Martin's, and just didn't time it right.
Take a look.
Yeah, when he comes in the shot, he's already out of the groove. Not real sure why he got out of the groove. He just overdrove the corner, had some kind of problem, but then once he got out, it's so slick, and these guys here are lucky to get slowed down. But once you get that far out of the groove, Steve, you're just along for the ride.
Yeah, disappointing finish to Corey LaJoie's first ever Brickyard start.
So it brings out the first caution of the day.
This is like contact right in the middle of the corner. Almost looks like they were 3 wide. It's a little hard to tell, to be quite honest. But
Short, no pressure behind.
yeah, that's what happened. 38 Reagan jumping on the outside.
Those front 2 cars have just unbelievable speed, and it's funny.
Oh, around goes the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hard into the inside wall. A lot of damage to the front end.
Turned on the back. Can't see the damage. I think we're going to be done.
Side by side with Jimmy Johnson. You see he lost the bottom, but Jimmy Johnson on the outside is just so difficult to maintain that speed with somebody on the outside of you, because aerodynamically all that air is being pulled off your car.
Who has the better restart? A drag race into turn 1. Oh, Kyle Busch slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn 1. Caution comes out.
Lock her down. We're done. KO'd.
Fighting for the spot. The 18 got loose up high. The 78 was loose down low. 78 slid up and hit the 18. They both go around. Big flames underneath the hood of Martin Truex Jr.'s car. He jumps out of it.
Car guys, he's out of the car.
They have fire suppression systems under the hood, as well as in the driver's compartment and in the trunk where the fuel cell is. So that fire suppression system working to put the fire out, but there were some big flames rolling out from underneath the hood.
Kyle Busch on the outside just rolls up on the outside of 78. 78 gets loose, just like we saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a minute ago. Got loose getting in the corner. could not hold the car on the bottom, gets in the side of the 18. Ty Dillon, great job not running into the side of Kyle Busch. This is racing. This is side by side. I know it's 49 to go, but it's side by side racing for the win. You saw the wiggle from Martin Truex Jr. He just could not hold the car on the bottom without being loose. Had to turn the car to the right or he would have spun out and got into the side of the 18. It's hard racing. It's track position racing. You have to be aggressive. You have to push on these restarts. This is the result when you push, but if you don't, you're not going to win these races.
The winless streak will continue for Kyle Busch. It now goes over a year.
Look at the rear of that car just fold up.
And we had just seen it on the previous restart, Rick. These two cars left the field by 1 second in one lap. They were hands down the two most dominant cars here today, both eliminated. I'm not sure I know who the favorite is now.
Is there a new favorite?
Anyone else?
Well, who's going to step up and seize the opportunity? It's there. It's there for the taking.
Coach Gibbs. Joe Gibbs not happy at all.
Look at this fire. It's so scary. See the wind and net come down. Martin Truex Jr. right now, even though he's still moving, he sees that fire. He's unbuckling. He's getting ready to get out of that race car as soon as he can get it stopped.
And you never know exactly what it is, but with the hit on the right front, normally what happens, Rick, is something in suspension brakes and either hits a fuel line or an oil line. That looks like, as intense as that fire is, either fuel or oil underneath the hood. And then, as you mentioned, that suppression system is automatic under the hood.
And there
you
it goes
see it
there.
go off right there. Inside the car, the driver needs to set it off, but under the hood, it's automatic. Really, just like in your hotel room, right? If something goes on fire, it sprays the suppression, puts out the flames.
But obviously, we've got a caution.
Caution on the racetrack. The 14 of Clint Bowyer involved.
Hold the brake.
Also the 41 of Kurt Busch. Hard damage to the front of that car.
Stay left there if you can. Got one coming outside.
And he's up against the wall. It'll be difficult for him to climb out if he can't get that car away from the wall.
I don't see no fire or nothing, but get on out.
Clint Bowyer comes off the corner, gets loose. Eric Jones is underneath him. Big impact. It was around the 14th position. Going back across the racetrack, right in front.
Yeah, the 41 of Kurt Busch.
Big impact.
There was a car in front of Clint that got loose, but that saved it. And that's what drew my attention away from Clint Bowyer. But if you look right behind that car, that's where the 14 actually loses control.
Yeah, I believe it's Paul Menard that got loose. Wow.
And that was, Kurt Busch would have avoided this, but the 14 came up. Let's ride along with Kurt Busch on the helmet cam.
You see him crashing down. Crash day coming up. He's coming up. Coming in the middle. Hold the brakes there, bud, when you can.
Seen that too many times, Rick. That's
as
real as it gets. Big impact. Shoots Bowyer back across the racetrack.
Fortunately, to miss the end of that pit wall. I know it was another hard impact, but the end of that pit wall would have been another awkward impact as we see the red flag now being displayed, Rick.
Yeah, a lot of cleanup's going to have to take place here.
It's amazing.
So violent.
Cars going that fast, how they just rebound back. He hasn't won in a long time. Resort back in your brain to when you were winning these races.
Oh, into the wall, right in the front stretch. The 42 of Kyle Larson into the wall, and a caution comes out.
Here, hold it up here.
Right in the middle of the front stretch, flames from underneath the hood.
Here, off of your stuff, you can get out.
See him having to get that hose unhooked before he can get out. That hose blows air to the helmet. He had to get it unhooked before he could get out of the race car. That thing will hold you in. If you don't first get that out, you'll never get out of that race car. Looks like he's limping just a little bit.
12th position was where Kyle Larson was running before he hit the wall.
Yeah, Ty Dillon with a big block, but Kyle Larson couldn't go on any lower. You put Kyle Larson in a position where he either was going to lift or wreck, and
there was a little contact with the 21 of Ryan Blaney as well as he was coming up the racetrack. So a lot of cleanup that still needs to be done on the track. There's parts to the 42 car.
And much like we saw with the 78, Rick, the 42 makes contact multiple times with the wall. Decent contact, not a huge impact. This one right here, though, actually might have been one of the bigger hits, and at that point you see all the red sparks. Finally it catches some sort of fluid on fire up underneath the hood, whether that's oil or fuel, after knocking the line loose. As you said, he ran up so low. Jeff, do you think some of the speedy dry, as soon as we started to see the dust, it's like the 42 came around. I don't know if he lost traction or what that low on the front stretch.
I just think two cars running that hard, and maybe just a little bit of contact between the two.
Keselowski strong.
Jimmy said it was blowing up, Rick.
Keselowski makes the pass. He's in front of the 5, but not completely cleared it. Here comes the 48 to the inside. The 48 still smoking. 3 wide for the lead as they enter turn 3. Brad Keselowski on the outside. Around goes the 48. The 48 blows up and into the wall it goes. The caution comes out again.
You want to know what winning a race means? It means 3 drivers are willing to drive 3 wide into turn 3 at Indianapolis at over 200 miles an hour.
Keselowski does everything he's supposed to do, gets close to the 5. Now look how loose the 5 gets right here up into the side of the 2. Jimmy Johnson with huge momentum, with smoke coming out of the back of the car like it's blowing up. Now right now Kasey Kahne in lift, and I can promise you it's been a long time since he's win. He's going to drive it in there. Every one of these guys wants to win a Brickyard 400. The 48 car very bottom gets loose. Around he goes. Don't tell me these drivers don't want to win this race.
A car supposedly blowing up, and he was the one that made the move to the inside to try to take the lead going into 3.
That's dedication, that's heart, that's desire, that's wanting a Brickyard 400 trophy for Keselowski, for Jimmy Johnson, both champions. For Kasey Kahne, it's, hey, I'm back.
How about Trevor Bayne? He was able to avoid all of that, stay in 3rd, clip the grass, as a matter of fact, as he was going through turn 3.
Look at this, man.
Light contact between the 5 and the 2 of Brad Keselowski, assuming it doesn't cut a tire. That shouldn't affect them on the restart. I don't know what Trevor Bayne was.
Kasey Kahne determining the restart. Once he enters the restart zone, he gets a shove behind him. Green flag back in the air. Caution's going to come out. They're wrecking behind him. Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney. Look at all the damage to the 15. Smoke coming out of the 11. Ray Gaulding involved in the 55.
This wreck is because you're coming green-white checkered, and everybody knows if you push the guy in front of you, it's going to make that line go faster.
Trevor Bayne was 3rd. He was just behind Brad Keselowski. Three of Austin Dillon also in there.
Look right here. Look at Kate. See Keselowski's hand out the window. He's asking for help. Hey, push me. Give me a push. That's what this is all about. And it actually helps Brad Keselowski. He actually gets ahead of Trevor Bayne, I believe, this push from the 6 car is better than the push from the 11. The 11 pushing Kane actually knocked the rear tires off the ground. The push from the 6 pushed the 2 car ahead.
And Michael McDowell in the 95 was pushing the 6 and pushed him right around.
I think the leader of this race just switched. I think Brad Keselowski is going to be the leader of this race. Again, just everybody's pushing long straightaways. Everybody wants to be the first line into turn 1.
And it's hard to reference, but it looks like Kasey Kahne chooses to wait to the end of the restart zone. Now, he can absolutely do that. He can fire the race anytime in start that zone. But the problem when you wait is at the start of the zone, the 5 doesn't go. This is the view. You can see how much movement there is left to right, and then finally the 6 of Jeff Urbane just gets pushed out of line. So now basically the leader will be decided off from a loop line, the last loop line crossed before the yellow flag was thrown. But it looked to me that the 2 had cleared the 5.
In front of the 2 of Brad Keselowski. They go down the backstretch. Still smoke coming out of the 11. He gets up the racetrack. And the 11 goes around. They wreck behind him. Did they get to the overtime line? They haven't got there yet. Has the caution come out yet? Now the caution comes out. The question will be, did the caution come out after he crossed the overtime line? A lot of damage to the 27. And we take a look at the overtime line. Kasey Kahne was there before the caution came out. Kasey Kahne will win the Brickyard 400.